You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so I'm looking at it as something that doesn't happen all the time. This is like an outlier in the situation. I'm not looking at this as being something that's the norm for Caleb McGee.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But I'm saying he had a good season. In my opinion, that means if you figured it out going against some of the greats that you're going against.
But did he figure it out?
I think he did.
Or was this just an outlier?
I think he had to.
Okay.
And then especially he had a lot of pressure being the blind side. But my question to y'all is
we're going to see.
In the 9th grade, I played left tackle, right? My question to you, Mr. Expert on prospects, why can't someone that plays left tackle go play right tackle? Because I played tackle. I could go over there and play right tackle. What's the difference?
I mean,
I see.
So, all right, put it like this: is everybody who plays basketball, are you just as good shooting the ball with your left hand as you are your right hand?
I mean, bro,
That's a simple question.
That's different.
No, he about to break it down to you. He asked you that first
Sometimes
to lay the foundation.
I can't shoot my left.
All right, so can you do this? Can you kick with your left the same way you kick with your right?
I can't kick with my left.
Okay, and what's the first thing you do when you're in pass set as a left tackle? You kick.
Mm-hmm.
Kick slide.
Yeah.
First thing.
You got to put that leg out.
Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm pretty like ambidextrous, even, so I ain't think about that.
So your kick.
Yep, he slowed the right and the left.
Yeah, so.
Let me tickle myself.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, your kick. So your kick and your punch is going to be dictated by what side you play on.
Yeah.
So unless you're a phenomenal athlete, you can do the same thing on your right and the same thing on your left. That's how it's going to be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, at the simplest form. There's other intricacies in it.
Now I could have played right tackle, like, because I got pretty good footwork, but I didn't think about somebody else. I'm just thinking everybody can do that.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it like, everybody wasn't a left-hand layup guy, right?
Yeah, I can't shoot a left-hand layup.
Yeah, so
I mean, I could, but it's not gonna be like a right-hand layup.
Right.
So and basically that's the core of it, left to right. What's the difference? All right, you trained yourself all these years on this one side,
and
now,
then you switch it over. It's gonna be kind of
It's gonna be awkward. And doing it at an NFL level, high school, college, and you see guys go from left to right, but these guys are supersized athletes. They're not just
100%.
big dudes. They're like literally have to be the best of the best in order to do that. Because if I tell you to go to sprint to your left shuffling and sprint to your right shuffling, and this first step is the most important thing that's going to keep the quarterback off of his back, then that's a lot of pressure on you doing the same thing equally on both sides. So I think at the very minimum, that's what it is. Now, I'm not like an offensive line expert, so there's probably a lot more answers. But just fundamentally, that's what I've always heard.
Gotcha. That's a great answer, because I guess I'm putting my mind into it, because I know I could have done it. I didn't know. You're right. Mm-hmm. I definitely could have played left or right tackle. I just felt I could have done both. Did
you do both?
I mean, I played center. I played left tackle. I didn't get a chance to play right tackle because we needed to protect our quarterback, and I was the best lineman at the time.
Quick question. I'm not making it about how do you know you could have done both? You just believe you could have.
No, I just know, like, to me, like sometimes you have inner people coming in from the inside. I could still move to the inside. So I know I could have done it, just slide down to that side. I never had a problem moving to my right or left, like with my feet. Like
you a supreme athlete.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. I was back then.
You were an athlete for real.
So, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't think about that, but some people can't. Because I can definitely move my feet. But like in basketball, going left or right, with a layup, that was harder. Or throwing a football with left hand, that's harder. Mm-hmm. I can see that. Mm-hmm. Now, if people have the same thing with their feet, then I didn't know that. I didn't think that happened.
Yeah, even with your punch, like everybody's left hook ain't the same as their right.
Yeah.
Right? Some people, they say, what's your best punch? Oh, okay, my right cross is my best punch. Why is your right cross better than your left hook?
But you know what, though? I can tell you what I can't do.
What's that?
Like, I can run and jump off my left foot and touch the rim, or I can jump off both feet, but I couldn't do it off my right leg.
Come on. Boom.
So I ain't think about that.
Yep.
So you probably right.
So there it is. That's your strong side over there to the left then.
Yeah, I mean, it takes work, and I believe that they can switch, but, like, if that was the case, then why wouldn't you just put Jake Matthews on the right side and just put Kevin McGarrett on the left side?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I said that.
Yeah, so that's exactly how we got to that question, because you wanted it. Well, let me ask you this. Let me fast forward a little bit off of that and fast forward to the point to here we are at the time where everyone will see this episode, to where We are right up on the combine, and free agency hasn't happened quite yet. But I want to ask you, like, what do you see as far as prospects that may be out there? Because you have the knowledge into some of the guys that's coming out of college. Hey, man, it could be some players. We all know your knowledge with the University of Colorado. It could be some players coming from Colorado that maybe are not on our radar. What do you think, and who do you think the Falcons should be targeting from a position standpoint, and who are some of those players, if you just know some names you could throw out, that they should be looking to get?
And to those out there, I don't know if you said it, we got the number 15 pick overall.
Yep.
So who do you see falling to us?
I think a couple of guys in that range. I think you got to rest the passer. I think this is the 5th or 6th year where the Falcons have been in a row where they've been in the bottom 3 or 4 in sacks.
Long time.
So I think you got to go edge rusher or defensive end. Guys in that 15 range that may be there. Let's talk about a guy like Mike Green out of Marshall who went to the Senior Bowl. I don't know if you saw that clip. He just absolutely annihilating people. They feel like James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, athletically very freakish. Didn't have the season that he wanted to have, but a guy who you can see have 4 sacks, like a Nolan Smith, where Nolan Smith's best year at Georgia was only like 4 or 5 sacks. But he gets to the NFL and he leads. I think he sets the record for postseason sacks with the Eagles. So I think James Pierce is another guy who has those freakish athletic traits that'll play well in the NFL. Now, let's say you want to make a move up. I mean, Abdul Carter is far and away probably the best weapon defensively in this draft.
Where he come from? Like, tell us.
Penn State.
Penn State. Right.
Abdul Carter from Penn State. Yep. I think, and then the 2 guys in your backyard, Michael Williams at Georgia
and Walker
and Jalen Walker.
I'm seeing they like projected in the top 10, both of them.
Yeah.
You think if they fought us, we should grab one of them?
1,000%. If you get Jay Walk or Michael Williams, you got to draft them at that position.
Man, which one? Because man, I don't know why I get the 2 of them names mixed up. Man, which one stayed hurt for us? Kind of. I won't say like alone, but he kept getting nicked up.
Yeah.
Walker, for
Michael had a few injuries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he was hurt, and then he came back for the Bama game, I believe, or the Texas game.